Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Lizzie once again. Today I'm here with another beautiful makeup tutorial, and here with me today is Millennium. She's my model. Another name you can call her is Udoka. Thank you for sitting pretty with us. So moving into the video, the first thing I did was to use a spoolie to brush her hairs just to give it a perfect shape, and then I carved. And afterwards, I used micellar water to cleanse off the dirt from her face. Then I used Kiss Beauty Green Tea Finishing Spray to spray her face so that the makeup can last for a long time and so that it can stay intact. Then I went in with face primer from Ivy Cosmetics, Flawless Ivy. It's really beautiful. It keeps the makeup intact and just gives it a matte finish. And then I applied that on her T-zones, underneath her eyes, her forehead, her jaw. Moving on, I used two foundations. The first one is from Nuban, and then the second one is from my Cheek Cosmetics. So I went in with the foundation from Cheek Cosmetics first, just to highlight her T-zone, and then I used it on her neck because she has the coloration on her face is different from that of her neck and that of her chest. So what I did was I used the color on her chest and then moved it upwards, so it just balanced everything, because her face is a little bit dark, her neck is a little bit fairer, and then her chest is really fair. So I used that of her chest to determine what I used for her face. I hope that you guys understand that. So I used the foundation from Cheek Cosmetics on her T-zone areas just to highlight the face first. And then I went in with Nuban. This particular one is in her shade, and it just calmed the whole makeup down. So I'm just going to apply that all over her face in the areas where I did not apply, aside from her T-zone area. I'm just going to go all over. So in order to give this makeup an undertone, like a yellow undertone, I had to go in again with Zickel foundation. This is in the shade 025, and it's really beautiful. You can see that yellow undertone. So I applied that on her contour area, which is her cheekbone, and then towards her forehead. It actually gave me a very beautiful yellow undertone. So I'm just going to go all the way, and then to the other side of her face, just tap the foundation into her skin, do not drag. Then concealing will be from Zaron and Elegel Cosmetics, and then I'm just going to apply that on her T-zone area. Just tap that concealer into her skin, do not drag. Underneath the eye is a very sensitive area, so you do not want to let the concealer crease by dragging it on her skin. You want to just tap. So I'm applying that on her T-zone area, her jaw, underneath her eyes, and her forehead. Blend properly. Look at that skin work. Look at how beautiful it is. If you want to achieve something like this, you need to make sure that your work is really clean. Then it will give you something amazing and beautiful. So I also highlighted her nose, and then at this point I'm just contouring her nose with a darker shade of concealer, and I'm just going to blend that properly. You do not want her face to look like a mask. You want to make sure that everything is properly blended, it comes out clean and nice. So you need to do a really nice job. So this right here is my lip palette, and I'm just going to apply blush on her face using an orange shade because I want a warm undertone. I want something really warm. I don't want to make it too harsh and all. So I went in with an orange shade from my lip palette, and you can just use any palette you have right there as long as it is orange. Sometimes some people actually use lipstick, so whatever works for you guys. don't beat it, whatever works for you. So at this point, I'm going to apply powder, and this powder is from Chic Cosmetics. It has been working very well for me, so I decided to stick with it. And then I'm just going to first of all apply that powder underneath her eyes, her jaw, her forehead, which are her T-zone areas, just to make sure everything comes out really fine. And then apply the blush, also an orange blush, just to make sure everything is perfectly done. The same way I went all over with the foundation on her face, and then the blush, her highlights, you're just going to use the same process, the same method. So at this point, in order for the contour to come out perfect, I had to go in with a darker shade of powder to contour her nose. And then right now I'm just trying to give the contour that I did right there a perfect shape by highlighting just the side of the nose. So right now I'm going to highlight the forehead, the nose, the jaw, just to give her, just to chisel the face a little bit. So this is what we have right now. So moving on, guys, we're going to go over to the brows, and I'm using this hair gel from Papaya. I'm just going to brush the hairs properly. It's going to give it a perfect and a defined shape. It's going to make the brows stay in place. It's not going to move. The hairs right there are just going to stay in place. So right now I'm going to pick up my brow gel, and this brow gel is from Carite, and it's a brown shade. So I'm just going to line underneath her brow with it. I'm just going to create a perfect and a straight line with it. You want to take your time to do it properly so that it comes out really nice. So the trick is you have to make sure that the brow on the left hand side is the same with the brow on the right hand side. It takes time actually to get used to all of this, but with time you definitely get used to it. And then what I did next was to draw a thin line above her brow and then connect it with the one underneath. And then I used a pencil, and this pencil is from a woman. I used a pencil to cover up the areas where she does not have plenty hairs on the brow. So that was what I did. So right now I'm just going to conceal using LA Girl Pro Concealer underneath her brow, just to highlight the underneath the arc. So I'm going to go in with her shade of foundation just towards the nose right there, and then blend the two shades together to give me something really cool and nice. You don't want it to be too light and too dark either. So I'm not going to conceal the top of the brow because I think I have a perfect shape right there. So right now I'm going in with benign eye primer, and I'm just going to apply that on the top of her lid right there, and then blend it properly. So I'm just going to use a brush to blend everything properly so that it looks good and nice. So for eyeshadow, first thing I'm going to do is to pick up an orange shade of shadow for her transition area, and I'm just going to apply that on the transition area and blend it properly. So whatever I do on this side of her eye, I'm going to repeat on the other side of her eye. So you want to blend that orange shade into the inner corner of her eye, the way you can see me do. So after that, I'm going to pick up a white shade of shadow, and this one actually has shimmer, but you will not be able to see it clearly because I really do not know, but it came out really nice. So this is a white shade of shadow, and it has shimmer. What I mean by shimmer is it has shine in it. So by the side of the white shade right there, I applied purple, and then I went in with a darker shade of purple just to let the eye makeup pop in a way. So I'm going to place eye pigment all over the place where I applied the white shade of shadow. I'm going to do that on her both eyes, and I'm going to pick up my eyeliner and then line her eyes just to give it a little bit of cat eyes. I'm going to use a black shade and it's from Carite, and I'm just going to line her eyes like this. You want to do that perfectly depending on the shape of the eye. Like her eyes are really small, so you don't want to go in too deep. So you need to make sure that the eyeliner is as thin as possible so that you do not cover up the whole eye space. I hope that that is understood. So I went in a little bit into the her waterline, the way you can see me do. I didn't go all the way, just a little bit into her waterline area with the dark shade. So guys, I'm going to pick up eye primer, a white eye primer, and then I'm just going to apply that at the middle of the waterline so that her eyes can look brighter and so that this whole eye makeup would pop. So that is it, guys. And afterwards I also picked up mascara just to pick her hairs out a little bit to give the eyes a well defined shape. So I'm going to apply false lashes at this point. You can see how beautiful that is. Just look at this, and the whole makeup is just giving me chills. I really did enjoy this makeup as a whole. So I'm going to pick up my brush right now and then brush out the I'm going to buff out the excess powder on her face. So for her lips today, I'm using a purple shade of lippy at the outer corners of her lip, just like this. And then I'm going to use this shade of lippy, this orange shade of lippy from Avor, and I'm just going to apply that in the middle of her lip like this. Then I'm going to blend everything together so that it comes out nice. You can see how that is already. Like, I'm really feeling it. It came out really cool, the way that I expected it to. So I'm just going to blend everything so that it looks nice, and then I'm going to go in with gloss so that the whole makeup can come out very fine. I actually do enjoy using gloss a lot. If you've watched my previous makeup videos, you will notice that I enjoy using gloss. Like, it gives it this very nice outcome. Yeah, I think that's what I know. So I'm just going to buff out the excess powder again. So for highlighting, I'm going to highlight her nose, and then I'm not going to go all the way, just the middle of her nose and then the tip right there. Then I'm going to highlight the cheeks also so that everything can come out really nice and so that it can pop properly. So I'm going to apply finishing spray at this point, and this is also from Green Tea, just so that the whole makeup can stay intact, like just to snatch everything away. Thank you guys so much for watching. I do hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please do not forget to give it a thumbs up, like, share and subscribe. I'll be uploading a gele tutorial with this same look very soon, so please do stay tuned. Thank you all for watching. See you all in my next video. Bye.